श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om. May the Divine lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. Om. Peace, peace, peace.
A prayer offering to Swami Vivekananda. O brave messenger of Sri Ramakrishna, the whole world bows down to you. You are free from worldly attachments. You said to worship Shiva in service of mankind. You came to harmonize world religion. We bow down to you. धर्म भेद के भंजन हारे, धर्म भेद के भंजन हारे, करता तुमको जगत प्रणाम। राम कृष्ण के वीर दूत को करते हम सब कोटि प्रणाम। धर्म भेद के भंजन हारे, धर्म भेद के भंजन हारे, भव बंधन से सदा मुक्त हो, आए जग कल्याण करन को। भव बंधन से सदा मुक्त हो, आए जग कल्याण करन को। मोक्ष मंत्र के देवन हारे, मोक्ष मंत्र के देवन हारे, करता तुमको जगत प्रणाम। राम कृष्ण के वीर दूत को करते हम सब कोटि प्रणाम। धर्म भेद के भंजन हारे, धर्म भेद के भंजन हारे, धर्म स्थापन करने आए, जीव में शिव के दर्श कराए। धर्म स्थापन करने आए, जीव में शिव के दर्श कराए। युग धर्म प्रवर्तन हारे, युग धर्म प्रवर्तन हारे, करता तुमको जगत प्रणाम। हृदय बसो तुम राम कृष्ण नंदन, प्रेम से रंजित कर दूं ममा मन। हृदय बसो तुम राम कृष्ण नंदन, प्रेम से रंजित कर दूं ममा मन। भक्ति प्रेम के वाटन हारे, भक्ति प्रेम के वाटन हारे, करता तुमको जगत प्रणाम। कृष्ण के वीर दूत को करते हम सब कोटि प्रणाम। धर्म भेद के भंजन हारे, धर्म भेद के भंजन हारे।
Now a short period of meditation.
I am reading from the book The Life of Swami Vivekananda by his Eastern and Western disciples. Swamiji at Kanyakumari. In his letter of March 19, 1894 to Swami Ramakrishnananda, written from Chicago, one catches something of the ardor of Swamiji's meditation on the rock. In view of all this, especially of the poverty and ignorance, I got no sleep. At Cape Comorin, sitting in Mother Kumari's temple, sitting on the last bit of India rock, I hit upon a plan. We are so many sannyasis wandering about and teaching the people metaphysics. It is all madness. Did not our master used to say, an empty stomach is no good for religion? But what was the remedy? The clear-eyed Swami saw that renunciation and service must be the twin ideals of India. If the national life could be intensified in these channels, everything else would be taken care of. He wrote further, the poor are too poor to come to schools and pathshalas. and they will gain nothing by reading poetry and all that sort of thing. We as a nation have lost our individuality, and that is the cause of all downfall in India. He gazed over the waters through a mist of tears. His heart went out to the Master Sri Ramakrishna and to the Mother in prayer. To him, in this hour, even the direct experience of Brahman in the Nirvikalpa Samadhi and the bliss attending it became subservient to the overwhelming desire to give himself utterly for the good of the Indian people. His soul was caught up in the vision of Narayana himself, the Lord of the universe, transcendent yet immanent in all beings, whose boundless love makes no distinction between high and low, pure and vile, rich and poor. To him, religion was no longer a special province of human endeavor. It embraced the whole scheme of things. The Vedas, the sages, asceticism and meditation, the supreme vision and the people, their lives, their hopes, their misery and poverty and sorrows. He saw that religion without the concern for poor and suffering was so much dry straw. Yes, indeed, at Kanyakumari, the Swami became the patriot and prophet in one. Yes.
Good morning, friends. Today is a very special day indeed, and the topic of the special lecture to be delivered by guest speaker, Revered Swami Ishatmananda ji, is a special day for humanity. Swami Ishatmananda ji is the head of Chicago Center, where Swami Vivekananda gave the famous Chicago address on 11 September 1893, exactly 129 years ago. And that is the blessed day today, really very special day. How it is special, what has been its impact, how we look forward from Swami Vivekananda's being himself self-expressed of his spiritual powers to the whole world, to the universe on that day. We will be listening shortly from Swami Ishatmananda ji Maharaj. Those who didn't attend seminar yesterday, I would like to read his short biography. Swami Ishatmananda is a monk of the Ramakrishna order. He got associated with the Ramakrishna mission in Cherrapunji, Meghalaya, India in 1975-76. He was at the Advaita Ashrama, Kolkata, an English publication center of the Ramakrishna order, for 12 long years. He was bestowed with sannyasa, or full monastic vows, in 1986. He has rendered his services at time of natural calamities in Assam, West Bengal and Odisha. Before coming to Chicago and taking charge of the Vivekananda Vedanta Society there in March 2013, Swami Ishatmananda ji was head of the Ramakrishna Mission Centers at Port Blair in Andaman and then at Narottam Nagar in Arunachal Pradesh. Swami Ishatmananda ji's work is really cannot be expressed and said in these few sentences. He worked very hard in India, very difficult places. One at the ocean in Andaman, another in the forest in Arunachal Pradesh. And when he came to the big metropolis of Chicago, in the advanced country of the West, in the United States, the most powerful country in the world, as they say, his hard work has not stopped, and his tremendous work has produced great progress in the center's work, and we are seeing the things added up, work added up, in the form of Home of Harmony, a big center in the city of Chicago that has come up, where is the biggest image of Sri Ramakrishna installed there. And the word for the harmony of not only religions, harmony of everything is the goal of the home of harmony, that we live in harmony and peace. And that is the inspiration that comes from home of harmony that has been established by the will of Sri Ramakrishna through Swami Ishatmananda Ji Maharaj. We are so fortunate to have Swami Ishatmananda Ji from Chicago on 11th of September today. It's really very special occasion for us. For us, it is a special day because we have Swami Ishatmananda Ji, head of our Chicago Center here in Toronto. Now, I would like to invite Swami Ishatmananda Ji.
सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गानि सर्वो भद्राणि पश्यतु सर्वसद्बुद्धिमाप्नोतु सर्वत्र नन्दतु Hari Om. Let all be free from all difficulties, miseries. Let all find positive things in others. Let all be happy. This is a wonderful prayer that the ancestors of our ancestors, they used to pray. If all are happy, I am also happy. That is the conception. If all are suffering, I can never be happy. So one individual, they is separating though from the society, thinking that he or she will be happy, but it is not possible. It is all united. This unity in diversity, that is the characteristics of the very ancient culture. Friends, today is really a great day because almost we can say more than 10,000 years of civilized human life. It was in 1893 in Chicago, the 11th September, 10 great religious leaders, they sat together on a dais, on a platform, and hand in hand they declared that we are all one. So that was a unique thing that we find, the September 11. Though there is an unfortunate remembrance is also there, and I don't know what benefit they got by killing some innocent people in that way, but it always goes in human society. Always it is the innocent people who suffer, not knowing actually why they are killed. And it was not the 11th September because 1893, they remembered, I read one political analyst, he said they chose the 11th September to mock the fastest helping organization 911. So that was the main idea. So we are so sorry about that. Those who did, they also died. Those who organized, they also passed away. And society is moving as it is. Rather, they are constantly going on thinking that if I get a chance, then opportunity, I will take the revenge. But how this can go? Is it possible? So my son will take the revenge and other sons will also say in the same way. Then his grandson and my grandson, like this it will continue. Can that be humanity? So that is the reason, it was a long back in 1881, they organized that we have to do something. Then much afterwards, there's a parliament of religion that was called, this Columbian exposition was happening, and it was a huge program. Chicago, the city Chicago was chosen because it was well connected by train, by road, and it could accommodate thousands of people. The hotels were there because the business hub. So for all this, it was chosen. And there were so many varieties of things were going on, and also the parliament of religion. And much afterwards, Max Muller commented, after the 1 year, 2 years after, the Max Muller is commenting that people will forget about the Columbian exposition, but they will never forget parliament of religion. Because religion is such a thing which is so close to our heart. Without religion, human being cannot survive. I always say, it is the relation between the religion and human being as the relation between the water and the fish. Fish cannot survive without water. Human being cannot survive without religion. Something or other they should have. Why? Because that is the characteristic, that from there only we are coming, without knowing also. I'm thankful to Swami Ishatmananda ji for inviting me over here on this particular day to share these views and to express these wonderful ideas that Swami Vivekananda gave. And here in Toronto, which is so close to Chicago, is only few hours drive from here. So when I was coming, I was thinking that he also mentioned about the Andaman as a very primitive people I saw over there. This is called Jadavas, many of you have heard about. They are the aborigines, these Jadavas, Ongis, Andamanis, Sentinelese. Of course, Sentinel is still isolated, no one could go there. But Jadavas, they are coming up slowly. I went to visit their jungle to see them. I saw their children. The young people were not there, elderly people and the children. So I saw that. They are also, they don't use the clothings, they don't know how to use the fire to cook their food, nothing. Just same primitive way they are living. Even then, they respect red color cloths. Why? Nobody knows. Something is there. So if you go with the red color cloth, they will respect you. And at the time of prayer, they say, some people from distance observing constantly their behavior. So they said, when they will pray, they will kneel down and then they will hold the red color cloth on their hand and maybe they are praying like that. So religion is there. Why? We want to depend on someone, somewhere, and so the conception of God came. And slowly, at different time, different places, this started developing. The different races, different people in different corner of the world, at that time it was the close, and naturally they were isolated, segregated. But they developed that religion and they gave different names to their goals. That God, Ishvara, then Jehovah, Buddha, Allah. So all different type of names they gave. But very interestingly, the characteristics of their goal are the same. That is always compassionate. My God, very compassionate. My God is full of love. My God is all powerful. My God can do everything. My God is everywhere. These are all conceptions. Nobody taught how they developed that. The same thing in different places. If you read the goal, the processes are different. But the goals are the same. Very interesting. And the way they express, of course, the language they will be using, are different, but the meaning of that are the same. And time came, it was in 1836, the same God, whom we call in different names, he took the form of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And this time, again, if we notice, this God, in the form of a human being, Sri Ramakrishna, he showed us that all paths are leading to the same goal. Before Sri Ramakrishna, God came in different forms, in different places, in different time, but for different purpose. Their teachings were different. But this is the time Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is not teaching any other things but completely faith. There is God and you can realize God. That with conviction he is teaching us, telling us, and he is telling the same God you are worshipping in different names and different forms. And in a very unique way, very simple way, he went on teaching us. There was the doubts, is God with form or is God without form? The debate continued till Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna told why? It can be both. Why not? So that is the way he solved a lot of problems. Now I am just remembering the two incidents that happened in Andaman. I told in many of my talks that there was my friend was there, a pastor. So he always used to speak, whenever we gather, and he will be speaking after me. And whatever I will say, he will take those points and criticize. And one place he was talking about that, and he said, I don't understand why these Hindus are worshipping the images. How the all-pervading God can enter into the image. He is all-pervading. Can he enter into a small image? And when he stopped, I took the permission of the organizer and went and told, my friend is having that problem which I used to have in a younger times. And I used to love eating the samosa and used to wonder, if all corners are closed, how the potatoes entered into. So how it is possible? The samosa is all closed, but how the potato entered? So he is having this problem. At this moment he said, God is all powerful. And if he is all powerful, can't he enter into an image? He can. If he is not, then he is not all powerful. He is greatly powerful, but not all powerful. The moment you say all, he can do anything he likes. So this is the way we are understanding each other. So this we have to know how to understand each other. How? By sitting together, communicating together, reading about each other. Then only we will know we are talking the same thing in a different way. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna taught a great personality, a great intellect, a great mind. And that was Narendranath Datta. When he was only 16, 17 years old, he almost knew all the philosophies, Western and Eastern, all philosophies. And he was constantly trying to understand, is it true that God is there? If it is, then how to realize it? Majority of us, we are comfortable, oh God is there, okay, no problem. And then why no problem? Because God will take care of us. We will give some sweets, some very good the apples and all other fruits. And God needs those things and I need the protection. That much of religion. But I like to see God. I like to talk to God. How many of us? And to see God, to talk to God, to realize God, the processes that we have to follow is difficult. Why? We have to give up all that we are having. And they say that God is a very jealous lover. If you even love samosa, God will not love you. You have to give up that too. Only God and nothing else. So this Naren was ready for that. And Sri Ramakrishna taught him. And he truly saw that God is present in every being. Friends, when we read, when we talk, but we do not realize that. And a young man of hardly 17, 18, within 20, he is roaming in the streets of Calcutta. He sees the trams are coming. The vehicles are coming. But he says, no, it's everything same. Me and those horses and the tram and the road and each and everything are same. You won't move. You can't eat even. Because what I am going to eat, everything is that consciousness. He has expressed that way. We wonder, is it that how we will survive? Again, we are afraid. How I will survive? But where I am going to go after that? So this always is there. But he was so courageous. He took the challenge and he practiced that. And ultimately he realized through the blessings of his guru. But he was not satisfied with that. He wanted to have it in, to know himself. So that was the person, the best person. He was chosen by God. Why? He could forget his own body. He could forget his own personality. He could become God himself. So he came over here. And how he came? So all the story are now known to each and everyone. He came from there, from India. He was not having any money, but people gave him money. And very interestingly, kings and ordinary people together helped him. As if the whole community representing. And different kings, Raja of Ramnath from the south and King of Khetri in the north, helping him. And ordinary people are also helping him. So the whole community helping. He is coming over here. And he was the only person, and sannyasi, fluent in English. Because the English was a taboo for the religious people. It was a foreign language. Only Sanskrit you must read. Or if you like, your own mother tongue, that's all. But he, and not only that, that there's in his biography, it is beautifully written, wherever he got the opportunity, he learned it. And he mastered in that. What is the culture of the Mohammedans' time and the culture of the Jains, he learned that. And then he, under the guidance of the great Pandits, Sanskrit, then all other culture, all other religion, all other languages. There's a wonderful full library came, we can say. And that was the person when he came over here to represent what? Not Hinduism, religion. He came to represent religion. And what is that religion? Broadness. That's why many of the commentators, the reporters, he told one, the pastor, he commented, he told us a story. The very simple story. The story of a frog which was born in a well, meeting another frog which came from the ocean, but that opened our eyes. That's true. We are all sitting in the small wells and we are thinking we are comfortable, we are all right. So this is the way we think. So what is religion? Expansion. And what is the expansion? I know I am present everywhere in different forms. So that's the greatness. So this is religion. Religion cannot be small, narrow thing. I eat only this much, my God will also eat this much, and whole world should eat this much. What is it? You like, you take. But why you are imposing that on others? You are thinking, but that cannot be. So this broadness, Vivekananda, he came over here and afterwards he told that 3 things changed my whole life. 1, meeting Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. In Calcutta, he was a very good singer. He came to sing because someone was visiting from Dakshineshwar. He was not knowing about Sri Ramakrishna. He came and they told to sing before him. He sang And then that became the connection. And he started getting all the blessings of the God. So that Sri Ramakrishna. Then he traveled the whole of India and he saw the suffering of the people. And then ultimately he came over here in the Western world and to deliver. I have a message to the West, as the Buddha had a message to the East. He said that. What is the message to the West? Broadness. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom is the song of the soul, he said over here. And same Vivekananda said, freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom is the first condition of growth. And that is for the East. Because there is no freedom. Everything was, what I will eat, the society will finalize. Oh, you are widow, you cannot eat this thing, you must eat this. You are a Brahmin, you should eat this. Oh, you are this thing, you should eat. This type of dresses, this type. And everything was controlled by the society. So Swami Vivekananda said, and of course India was subjugated by the foreign rulers, Britishers. And he said, the freedom, 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 in one. And over here, freedom was there in the society. But they were thinking that we are all sinners. Who committed sin? Now long back, someone, they committed sin, original sin. And from that I am going on carrying. Is it possible? So Swamiji said, no, it is not. See how religion, giving the light to each and everyone, religion for each and everyone. How it is possible? Someone, somewhere, maybe my grandfather committed some thing, and for that I should not go to jail. It is not possible. So obviously, the Vivekananda giving a wonderful idea of religion, and that was appreciated. And friends, that is only theoretical. What is the practical? He showed the power of religion by addressing the congregation in a very simple English. Sisters and brothers of America. That much. And nothing else. It's an English word. Very simple English word. And very commonly used. But it is written in the report, Parliament report. And I am having the 2 volumes. It is written in this way. The 2 minutes, 7,000 people stood up and clapped. It's not that we are saying, they said it in that report. 2 minutes. He was allotted 5 minutes only, 2 minutes he went on. The clapping. People were mad. But this person was not getting the opportunity to speak. You know that history. And whatever the later he could collect from the Professor John Wright, that also he misplaced. And he was thinking, what will happen to me? And he was wondering, the Ashim Chaudhary, he researched on that, and Vivekananda in Chicago, and also Mary Louise Burke. She had a wonderful research. So these 2 books, if we read, we will understand how Vivekananda was suffering. No one allowed him to enter into any hotel because it was all booked. And the doors were all closed for him. Who will allow him? And he was not having any credential. He lost the address of the Parliament Religion Office, where he will go. And that was 9th September. What to do 9th September evening in that cold, chill evening, and the tremendous wind in the Chicago, the windy city, that's they call it. There he was thinking that I am going to die. And we can imagine, he must be very angry with his God, Sri Ramakrishna. You beckoned me to come over here, only to die on the street. He must be thinking in that way. And he sat on the steps of a church. The church is still there. Not functional, still there. And whenever we go, we remember on these steps he sat. Why? Because it's a holy place. Vivekananda is Hindu. And when he thought that he is going to die, it is not possible for him to survive without food, without water, without any room. And there he chose a holy place. What? Church. And he was sitting outside the church on the steps. And people ask, is there any miracle that happened? A truly miracle happened. In America, if somebody sees some unknown people, in front of their door, immediately they will call police or ask their people to drive them out. And here, a very respectable lady, she opened the door, crossed the road, and asked this young man, are you a representative of the religion, parliamentary religion? Please come to my house. And whole history changed. Father Pope, Mother Church, Swamiji started telling them, the Mr. and Mrs. Hell. On the 10th, they took him to all the officials, all the people, requesting them. Just imagine, an Indian, for them, a respectable family, American family, they never knew this person, never knew this young man, and taking them with so much care like a father and a mother to all the officials. If this is not miracle, then what is miracle? They took to different people, said, give him a chance, give him a chance. They never knew how he spoke and how good he is, but still they were going on requesting. Is it not real? And even today, who will do it? No one. He was laid to, and finally, on the 10th evening, when there was a party, before the 11th September evening, there was a party organized by the president, and in that they requested the please give him some time, and he kindly gave 5 minutes. And the next day, again on the 11th September, when Swamiji saw the 7,000 people, at present when you go, it is only 400 sitting capacity. But the hall, it was a very big one. If you see the drawing over there, it's a very big one. The government of India at that time, the minister was Pranab Mukherjee, he gave $3 million to the Art Institute to keep that open for the people who like to visit that, and also to give them the flyers. So constantly you find the flyers are there. Anyone can pick up and can read. So that is the place where Vivekananda was sitting and constantly thinking what to say. Vivekananda was thinking, can you imagine? Vivekananda was thinking what to say. Because all came with prepared speeches. The mother, this is the only opportunity for me to help my country. Why Vivekananda came to America? He wanted to help the India. How? By rejuvenating them, inspiring them, electrifying them. And that was the only opportunity. India was knowing, majority of the educated Indians, they were aware about the parliamentary religion. If some political things are going on, Indians are not interested. But anything religious, immediately they are, each and every one, they are interested. In Andaman, when I was giving a talk in the villages, the humble small cottages, I was sitting in one small open veranda, I was reading Bhagavad Gita, and some people, they were sitting on the open place, and 2 carpenters, they were working in a little distance. When I was reading, then one carpenter from there, he told, the Swamiji, in Bengali he said, I like to say something about God. Okay, as you can say. He said, is God only for the Hindu or for all? Also that you have to answer, because you said you were going to speak. He said, I think, very completely literate person, I think the one who has created this whole world must be the God of all people. See, the same parliamentary religion. the God of all people, and a very ordinary carpenter. He was working over there, but he was interested about religion. So this way, the Swami Vivekananda, he approached. You know who inspired him to talk? Son, go and speak. This is the last chance. A very elderly pastor, Christian pastor, he was sitting by his side. He understood that twice he has refused. He wanted time. And the morning session was over, lunch period was over, and then finally the last session was going on. Then even when he was hesitating, the pastor said, this is the last opportunity. Please go and deliver your speech, otherwise they won't call you. So that is the moment Vivekananda stood over there and he delivered the speech, and very small little, most of the young people, they memorize that and they do chant that, and that transformed the whole thing, West and the East. West started understanding India in a proper way, and India, as if they got up from the sleep, from the great slumber. The Leviathan got up. Leviathan is the mystical, mythological, the huge animal, terribly powerful. Swami Vivekananda used this word. So they got up. And this India, which was, the Britishers were ruling India by dividing. That they divided through language, through religion, and the caste and creed, and till now we are continuing. So it will take a long time for us to come back to the original. So this, got unified just because of one lecture. Friends, I am telling you that I witnessed 3 Indian ambassadors to America. Before going to the Washington DC, they came to Chicago. 3 of them. One is a Sikh gentleman, another from the upper portion of India, that is northern part of India, another gentleman from the south. See, all these 3, they came, and then Chicago Consulate General, he invited me, Swamiji, can you please introduce this place? So I always went and introduced. And I was wondering, these people, they are coming, the political, the relations and all this, they will be representing. Why over here? They said, from the childhood we are reading. The Vivekananda delivered the lecture in Chicago. We thought before joining this job, we should come and take the blessings of Swami Vivekananda. This is Vivekananda. Till today, after so many years, still people are remembering Vivekananda. Why? Because of only one person, we got everything. The ladies from India, they got education. They came over here to the foreign countries. They're driving cars, speaking English, and they are running the offices because of Vivekananda. Otherwise, just read at that time, before Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna, including the Hindus also, ladies, girls, they were not allowed to go out. And this is the contribution of Vivekananda. And think of only one talk. Yes, afterwards he explained, afterwards many other talks he gave, that is separate. But that only one talk on 11 September. That's why this is a great day for us. Not only Indians, whole Asia. Immediately after the Vivekananda, whole India, they roused up. And those ladies who were always behind the curtains, they came out. Remember that all other gods and goddesses are sleeping. The only goddess that is awake and want your worship is your motherland. Remember that right from your birth, you are dedicated for the service of your motherland. Remember that you are responsible for all the illiterate, downtrodden, oppressed people. So like that way he went on weeping and whole India roused up, forgetting all the differences. The ladies also came out, standing side by side with the men. They were fighting, they were protesting. In the processions they were going. All the political leaders that we see, they were on the top of the wave. But who created the wave? This philosopher. So this is the great day, 11th September, for us. And when India got freedom, along with India, the Ceylon, Pakistan, and then present Bangladesh, then all around. Not only that, UAE, United Arab Emirates, they also got the freedom because of this. India got freedom in 1947, they in 1970. The whole area, all the people, they got freedom because of only one person. It's not a simple thing. It's not a simple thing. We cannot imagine the oppression at the time of the Britishers in Chowrangi in Calcutta. Those who have visited Calcutta, you know, even it is raining, the Indians were not allowed to open their umbrella if a white person is there. Can you imagine? And you are not allowed to use your shoe. You have to take up the shoe, carry the shoe in hand because that white person is there. That was India. That was India. But we didn't kill them. We only pushed them out. So that is India because the tremendous power that was there. And when the Britishers left, some of the people, if you read this history, they say, we were not able to make even a needle. There was no factory, nothing was there. And slowly, within the 75 years, now India, even we are divided, still so much of progress. When it will be unified, understanding, unification doesn't mean all will be the same religion, same language, nothing like that. India was never under any one ruler, if you read the history, but India was united. When the Ramachandra was worshipping the goddess Durga to fight against the Ravana was also worshipping the goddess Durga. That was the same culture. The same culture continued everywhere. When our Vasudeva, the Sri Krishna, he got famous, and someone in Assam, a king, he was a tyrant, but he took his name Vasudeva. Because the same culture, same type of things, but they were different. They were politically different, linguistically different, culturally different. So which unified India? Religion. And what is that religion? Some were worshipping Shiva, some were worshipping Vishnu, some were worshipping different religions. But only one. What is that? The God is one. And I am taking this opportunity, this particular God, because I like, but I like to go to that place where there is no form, there is no name. That is the true religion, without form, without name. Swami Vivekananda gave the wonderful conception about India in the West. Otherwise it would have been very difficult. The powerful Western nations, almost all the intellectuals, they were convinced that we don't need to send to our religion over there. What they need, the monetary help and other helps. Because the philosophy and the religion is very high. So he introduced India with the West. And a time came, a few years before, most of the Westerners, they were curious to know about the Eastern religion. So much of changes, only that one person. Can you imagine? So this is the unique way we have to understand the one person, Swami Vivekananda. We have not yet understood him properly. And what he said, Neo Vedanta, that one term they use, some of our scholars are telling, no, don't use that word Neo-Vedanta. So because different things are there, what is that actually? Vivekananda's Vedanta. Vivekananda's Vedanta is different than Shankara's Vedanta. Shankara said, you go back to the cave, forget about this world, meditate within yourself, and then go beyond this name and form. And Vivekananda said, go out to the world and serve the living gods and goddesses and have complete confidence that you are that. Why should you be weak? If somebody is just telling something, immediately you are breaking down. Vivekananda's words completely transform. And what is there in the Vivekananda's Vedanta? Confidence, 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 self-confidence. The self-confidence is the main motto of Vivekananda's teaching. The more I grow, the more it seems to me everything lies in manliness. That is the unique words, wonderful words. There is manliness, this self-confidence. I am not good in this, okay, I will try something else, but I am going to be successful. So one is not going to accept the failure. I will be successful somewhere else. So this confidence is the Vivekananda's Vedanta. And he is telling, as because his guru taught him, if you can see God by closing your eyes, can't you see God with your open eyes? The same God. Ishavashyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. We are reading that everything is nothing but God. At the same time, don't touch him. Don't come to me, don't touch me. And all closing. Why? If everything is God. So this is Vivekananda's philosophy. And he said, the Veda taught you, Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava, your mother is goddess, your father is God. And I add with that, I tell you, Daridra Devo Bhava, Murkha Devo Bhava. Can you imagine? He's adding the Veda, new knowledge he is giving. And unique way, to thousands of years we were shunning those people, untouchable, untouchable, untouchable. And I went to the Shankaracharya's place, I am not naming. I am a sannyasi. Even then, those who were serving over there, they told, we are Brahmins, we are not going to serve your food by touching you, it's not possible. So you have to accept it. They were throwing the bread, they were throwing on my plate. And you have to be very careful to catch it. I told, you are practicing Vedanta? Said you are practicing Vedanta? Yes. Advaita meva, like this they were in Sanskrit they were telling. I told, okay, I am poor in Sanskrit, you need not to tell that. So he is throwing the braid because, and he is a Vedantin. What type of Vedanta? So this Vivekananda's Vedanta is completely different. He goes and embraces. One person came, he was telling that we have to tell the world that the Rama is the only God. Sure, why not? Rama is the only God. But what did Rama? Are we practicing that? Whatever the Rama did, are we practicing that? Rama went and embraced the Guhaka Chandala. Chandala means the lowest caste. And they changed it. Instead of Chandala, they say Guhak Raja. There's a Guhak king, a Rama king, so they can be friends. I told him, no. In the Ramayana, it is very clearly mentioned Guhaka Chandala. He used to burn the dead bodies, he used to carry the people and from one shore to another. That was their job. Hunting and selling the meat, that was their job. And he became the friend of Sri Ramachandra, your God. And Ramachandra went and embraced that person. And that person with all his power protected Sri Rama. So that is the tradition. Do we follow that? Ramachandra ate the food that was previously eaten by one lady. And she was also from the very low caste. Can we do that? And we follow that king? We follow that the God. So this we have to understand, friends, that we have to understand what is true Vedanta. Only Vedanta can tell us the unique oneness. I need not to go and all the time embrace you and eat your food and all this. No. But from the love, from the concern, it is equal. It should be. Why not? I appreciated one lady used to come into our Vedanta Society, Chicago, to clean our toilets. So she was having some problem. I told, you can clean the building. She used to clean that. Then she will be coming with a cup of coffee and sit with me. And we will be discussing. She was very fond of goddess Kali. She used to tell us about Mother Kali. I love Kali. She will be carrying a photo of goddess Kali. And she started growing the matted hair. I told, you need not to do that. Kali was not having the matted hair, the other people. So you need not to grow the matted hair. But she was a very good looking, very beautiful lady. Then I told, you are so intelligent, why don't you develop your education and go for some other job? And you'll be very happy to know that she took my advice and then started reading again. And now she was so good in mathematics. She is now a nurse in a hospital and earning quite good money, and she's very happy. So this is the way, the self-confidence. Don't think you are lost. Something happened when you were a child, when you were young, there are no guidances. Now it is time, take up. So Vivekananda's philosophy, Vivekananda's Vedanta. Each and every time I will conclude, my friends, by telling how this Vivekananda's philosophy can be applied. In Andaman, there was a boy who stole our temple's the money. You know the donation box? We had a donation box like this over there. And a few people used to come in Andaman. There was not many people. They used to come and give. And from there, in a whole month, we used to get 80 to 100 rupees. That was. Then suddenly there was nothing, only coins, a few coins if they dropped, but no currency note. What happened? Then we came to know that boy is putting something inside and then taking out all the notes without opening. So I think you should not learn that. So that technique he developed and he was taught. The other boys, they brought him to me. And I told, why you are doing it? Now, I like to purchase the powder, snow, some for the beautification. I told, the boys don't need those. Only if you are successful and earn money, whether you look good or not, whether you are shaving or not, doesn't matter. There's only money and success in the society. Then I found a beautiful image that he made of Saraswati. I told, where from you have stolen? Oh, no, I made it. It's beautiful. So I told, you have this technique, you know this, so start that. He started that. He was studying in class 9, complete the class 10, and in the meantime, he showed that he truly did it. We don't ordinarily think that. Then two ladies came, they purchased that, the two images of the Saraswati. In Andaman it is very difficult to get the images, as so many Hindus, they want to worship. And I told, this is a very good thing that afterwards when you grow up, you can use this. I was transferred to Arunachal Pradesh. Then suddenly a phone call came. Someone was sobbing on the other end. I told, who are you? Then if I tell my name, you may not remember. But if I say that I stole the money from the temple, I told, oh yes. Have you done anything else or what? Anything? No, not that. But you will be happy that now I am having 2-3 studios in 2-3 different islands. And under me, people are working. And I have purchased a double-storied building. And recently I have purchased a car. By my only prayer, I don't like to use the car unless you first come and sit. Can you imagine? So this self-confidence, I told you, need not to bother about getting a certificate from the school. But you are having a wonderful quality. self-confidence. So once you get the self-confidence, you are successful everywhere. There are many success stories that they are like this, and I have seen that, applying this, I have seen that it is possible. Today is a wonderful day for all of us, friends. We, those who have grown up, younger people, it's okay. But those who have grown up, now you live a long life, but our times are really short. What we should do, that we have to understand this Vivekananda's philosophy and can constantly tell us, I can do it, I can do it. What I can do? I can realize God. Why I cannot? So many people have realized God. And what is that God? Love and unselfishness. Not that the realization of God means I should have to have the vision of some God or goddesses. That may be, if you can. But that is not the ultimate thing. Ultimate thing is to become a lover of humanity. A lover of whole, each and every, wherever. How we can do this? In the morning, after getting up, we have to pray, oh God, by your grace, I am all right. I am in a good place. But please help those who are suffering. This much. Physically you may not go to help, but your genuine prayer will reach out. And constantly, if you are praying for others, you are trying to help others, thinking about others, you will get the blessings of God, because God is present in all beings. Whatever we see, even our enemies, they are also another form of the same God. So he is not loving me, he is always against me. Oh God, please change his mind that he should love me. And if you constantly go on doing that, things will change. People are suffering because some of the people are egoistic, and because of them, this whole thing is happening. We have to pray to the God. We have got everything. You need not to give me anything. Now, oh God, those leaders all around, they are very egoistic. Just for them, millions of people are suffering. Can you not change their mind? Don't expect that whole thing will be changed, everything will be the heaven. But your mind will be purified. Our mind will be purified. Just by thinking good of others, our mind will be purified. So Swami Vivekananda's quotation, the last sentence I will say, he said, the easiest way to realize God, to help others to do that. So what is that easiest way? Praying for the betterment of others. Let them also see God. Sarvastaratu Durgani, Sarvo Bhadrani Pashyatu. Our Gurudev, he taught the first thing before meditation, when you are sitting, you must pray, let everyone be happy. Let everyone be free from misery. Everyone be free from suffering. Oh God, please help each and everyone. Every morning, before you are concentrating, praying for yourself, prayer is going out for everyone. That is Vivekananda's philosophy. And this is the great day, the 11th September 1893. And in this world, very close to our Toronto, this Chicago, that happened. Thank you for sharing. And my views, I don't know whether you liked it or not, but I always think this is the reason Vivekananda came. He came for us, to give us the self-confidence and to make us divine. Thank you very much. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om.